Imagine the dust rising on a warm Ugandan afternoon, bwana. As music fades and the crowd roars, people power, our power. That's the soundtrack of Day 18 on Bobi Wine's campaign trail, a fiery mix of energy, ambition, and raw determination. The man once known for dancehall beats now commands attention like a general in the field, rolling into Kakumiro and Kikuube with convoy lights flashing and slogans booming. But hold your horses. This isn't just entertainment, it's political theater with real consequences. Bobi isn't playing a concert, he's performing a national wake-up call. Ndithu, the man, is turning dust roads into headlines. And Uganda, from Kampala to Kikuube, is watching closely. So what makes this rally different? Why are people lining the streets like Independence Day 2.0? And what did he really say that's got social media exploding faster than a market rumor? Today we are unpacking the full story. 5 juicy facts, each one bigger, bolder, and more charged than the last. This is GlobalPulseNewz, where we mix truth with tempo, facts with flair. Let's roll into fact number 1. Who Bobi Wine really is today. You know a man has evolved when he swaps the mic for a manifesto. Bobi Wine, real name Robert Kyagulanyi, isn't just a musician anymore. He's a full-blown political phenomenon. Muntu huyu dithu, the kind who makes presidents sweat and youths dream. He's rolled through 18 days of campaign heat like a performer who refuses to exit the stage. When he landed in Kakumiro, his motorcade stretched like a wedding parade. People climbed rooftops to catch a glimpse of the Ghetto President. He waved, smiled, then dropped his signature bombshell line, "Our freedom is not for sale." The crowd went wild, kids chanting, elders nodding, vendors forgetting to collect change. But beneath the excitement lies strategy. Bobi knows image is power. His red beret isn't fashion, it's a flag. Every handshake is a headline. Every song lyric turned slogan carries weight. He's reshaping what leadership looks like. Fewer suits, more street. And it works. His charisma bridges gaps between city youth and rural elders, zikomo kwambili to that local man energy. He's not speaking down, he's speaking with. But every performer needs a stage, and every message needs a setting. So why Kakumiro and Kikuube, of all places? The answer, fact 2, might surprise you, bwana. Kakumiro and Kikuube aren't just random pins on Uganda's map. They are the pulse points of rural frustration. Fertile soil, rich oil, poor roads. In short, Malawi timati, menemuno, ziko lokongola, komandola mapalibe. Bobi chose these districts for symbolism. Heartland energy with untapped potential. Kakumiro, a fairly new district, stands as a reminder of government decentralization that hasn't yet been delivered. Schools crumble, hospitals cry for medicine, and young people migrate to cities chasing mirages. Bobi rolls in and tells them the future isn't in Kampala alone, it's right here. The crowd erupts. Then Kikuube, oil land, a place swimming in black gold but drowning in poverty. Standing near the pipeline, Bobi threw shade with flair. If oil flows here, why not opportunity? It was half speech, half sermon. By choosing these locations, he's sending a coded message. I see the forgotten. He positions himself as the people's megaphone. Every pothole becomes a metaphor for broken promises. The visuals were cinematic, motorcycles trailing his truck, local choirs singing remixed campaign tunes. Even skeptics admitted this stop felt different, like a movement gathering mass. But no campaign is complete without its heartbeat, the people. Let's switch gears to fact number 3 and listen to what the crowd itself had to say. Aye, the crowd, bwana, was alive like a soccer final. From border riders to school teachers, everyone wanted a piece of Bobi Wine's message. They didn't just attend, they owned the moment. One farmer shouted, "Bobi, tikufuna matractors, osati ma slogans. We want tractors, not just slogans." The crowd roared in agreement. Women waved cooking spoons in the air, symbols of feeding the nation. Youths raised placards reading, "Tuko tired," and "Power to the people." For once, politics looked like participation, not boredom. Between speeches, Bobi let them speak, a smart move. A woman told him her children walk 10 kilometers to school. Another said the local clinic lacks Panadol. Their stories were real, their tone humble but sharp. He listened, nodded, and replied, "We are building a Uganda where you won't have to beg for basics." That authenticity is his weapon. He doesn't preach, he converses. You could feel the emotional electricity, zilibwa kwambili. Even skeptics found themselves clapping. But as crowds swell, tension follows. Police trucks lurked nearby, just watching. Journalists whispered about clearance issues. Still, the people stayed, defiant yet peaceful. And where there's defiance, there's always the other side of the coin, the state. So let's dive into fact number 4, the government's reaction to Bobi Wine's fiery trial.
If Day 18 were a movie, this would be the action sequence. Heavy police presence, slow-moving convoys, permits under scrutiny, classic political chess. Officials called it crowd control, but locals saw it as intimidation. One officer muttered, "Orders from above." Another whispered, "We're just doing our job, Juana." But Bobby's team, ever media savvy, flipped the script. Each blockade became content. Each officer became backdrop to a defiant selfie. On social media, hashtags like #Kakumiro speaks and #Kikuube rises trended by sundown. It was optics warfare, and Bobby's side played it like pros. Government spokespeople later insisted rallies must follow health and security protocols. Yet the optics told another story, a system trying to contain momentum. The more they restricted, the more viral he became. Political analysts say it's a familiar dance in East Africa. Governments tighten control, opposition feeds off the friction. Nditu, mpanvu ikuchokera mu mpanvu. Power breeds more power. And that's the irony. The pushback fuels passion. The day ended without violence, but with tension thick enough to slice. So after the barricades and the chants, what's left? Hope, risk, and one big question. Can this energy change Uganda's destiny? Let's close it out with fact 5, the bigger picture. Bobi Wine's Day 18 wasn't just another rally. It was a mirror showing what Ugandans crave: dignity, fairness, opportunity. His message, "Our future is ours," echoed across districts like a gospel chorus. But slogans alone can't fix potholes or fund schools. If the movement sustains its fire while building policy substance, Uganda could see generational change. Young people, long disillusioned, now see a face that reflects them. Anani a Afrika akufuna chintu chasopono. Africa's youth want something new. However, challenges loom. Political machinery is entrenched. Resources limited. Security always watching. Turning chance into chapters of progress will take more than charisma. Still, hope is contagious. Analysts say even if Bobby doesn't seize power now, he's already shifted the narrative from fear to participation, from silence to voice. Umozini ndi mpanvu. Unity is strength. Day 18 might fade, but its symbolism remains, a reminder that leadership can wear sneakers, speak slang, and still inspire change. And with that, we tie it all together, Mabwana. What's our final takeaway? Let's wrap up with our classic Global Pulse style. So there you have it, Bobi Wine's Day 18, part concert, part revolution. Uganda's story is unfolding fast, and we're here for every beat. Hit subscribe, follow at GlobalPulseNewz, and check out our sister channels at Sparkling Kids and at Rama Fatima for smart learning and good vibes. Zikomo Kwambiri. See you next episode.